Hi, this is Judson Van Dyne from the Auto Agent, and today we're looking at a client's car, which is a 2006 Audi A6, and it is one magnificent car. It really epitomizes everything that people want and love about luxury cars. It has fully option, of course, with Audi's well-loved MMI interface for controlling your navigation system and all of your main electronics as far as your HVAC controls and your stereo controls and so on. Of course, it's full leather, heated leather seats, front and back, and it is just simply a joy to drive. So now we'll turn on this lovely German automobile, close the sunroof, and take it for a drive. The great thing that I've enjoyed driving about this car, I've had it for about a day or so, is when you buy a luxury car, especially one of this class, like an A6 or like a Mercedes E-Class or something of that nature, you know, these cars really can be anything for anyone. It is, you know, simply fantastic. Like, it can be a sedate cruiser, it can be a Grand Tour that if you felt like driving to Montreal, you could hop in this car tomorrow and drive, and it'd be one of those cars you could spend all day and get out and, you know, not feel like you're cramped up in a car all day. And of course, you know, if you really want to be a sporty driver, usually these cars, you know, this is a big car. Like, I'm 6'4", and I had my father-in-law in the back seat behind me last night. He was also 6 feet tall, and I had all the room in the world, and you know, he had plenty of room. Like, so, you know, this is a car that you can chauffeur someone around in very comfortably. But it's, you know, what a lot of the good German sports sedans do is, you know, they provide that size and that level of comfort and refinement, but they can still be very enjoyable sporty machines to drive. This is, you know, it still handles, like you know, my daily driver is a small little BMW 3 Series Coupe, and, you know, it's a small car compared to this, but this feels just as tight. It pulls just as nicely. It hugs the corners. You know, mind you, this does have big tires. They're 245 wide, 18-inch tires, and they're 40 series. So you're talking about a very low profile. And usually, when you get tires that low profile and that wide, they just roar on the highway sound-wise. But you know, these are whisper quiet. And mind you, this car has been fitted with the original factory tires that came with it, being very high-end Pirelli tires. So the previous owner paid no expense to keeping this car in pristine shape. So, you know, here we are at highway speeds, and you know, it's nice, it's quiet. You know, this is a really bad broken piece of highway. It's a pretty piece of highway, but it's a bad broken piece of highway. Normally in most cars, you know, there's rattles and everything's rattling and banging around. And this, it's, you know, there's nothing. There's no disturbance that gets through the driver. You know you're going over a bad piece of road, but you don't really feel it, or it doesn't affect how the car is tracking. So, you know, simply a fantastic driving experience. The nice thing about this Audi is, and with a lot of the newer Audis as far as their interfaces go, you know, BMW for years got lambasted in the automotive media for its iDrive system, which was just, you know, if you were very tech savvy, it worked well, but for 95% of the people who bought the cars, it was a huge barrier for them because, you know, you had to go through a huge menu just to change your fan speed. Audi's done a good job with this. It does have, you know, of a nice luxury car, it's mandatory to have that now, but it's just a matter of how it's, you know, how it's deployed. In the Audi, you know, they still give you a lot of auxiliary control, so you can still control the volume in the car, with, you know, with an auxiliary actual old school traditional turn knob. So, or you can go into the system itself and control your volume through the your touch interface or your. The other thing that's amazing about this car is this has a sport mode. Now, a lot of times, a lot of enthusiasts kind of snuff off the sport mode and just say, oh, it's, you know, it doesn't really do much, it just changes how longer it holds the gears. The sport mode in this, when you're buying a car of this caliber, the sport mode is impressive. Like, leaving it in drive, it's nice, it's serene, it's your quintessential German luxury sedan. But, put it into the sport mode, and, you know, yes, your revs go up, but you get mean roar, and, you know, I almost took that to red line, and I've just closed the gap up to that car in front of me very quickly. The sport mode I can attest to, like, it firms the suspension up, it firms the steering up, you know, it's tight, it just tightens everything down, so it's a true sport mode, which sort of goes back to what I was saying about, you know, a sort of a German luxury sports sedan. It can be anything to anyone, a nice sedate cruiser, or it can just be, you know, something for just burning down back twisty roads, like, you know, like you just bought a sports car. It's just amazing how well these cars work.